continue in this direction over the last several weeks, but if I may, would you let me start out with a tangent? It's kind of dangerous. It's kind of dangerous, I know.
Yeah.
I guess I'm asking for permission. I'm also asking for permission to go on this tangent and come back, if I may. And this may not be an issue with anyone, but it might be. We rarely talk in this class about skepticism, unbelief, doubt. And I don't know if you're aware of that or not. We have kind of a little faith zone here or something. It seems like when we come together from week to week to week, we just jump right into the deep end and we all believe everything that God has said, which is wonderful. But then every once in a while, and I'm not recommending that we make a big change to that, but when I'm by myself away from this class, I often wonder, I'm not having doubts or skepticisms per se, but I'm often wondering if anybody in here is, and because the whole world does not operate the way we operate. I think you probably know that, and I don't know where you live intellectually, but it's at least worth asking. There's a whole lot that we don't cover here, and we're not going to, again, I think this is a tangent. I don't want to spend a long time here, but there are a whole lot of people out there that absolutely think that we're nuts. And well, you know, I used to want to say Carl Sagan, but my guess is he's changed his mind. But that's just a guess.
Good for him.
When did he die?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, he died not so long ago. And I guess I'll invite personal, response. If you want to say, yeah, I think we ought to talk about that sometime, let me know. Or if you want to wait and say, yeah, I think we ought to talk about that sometime, let me know. I'll tell you, I'll give a real quick whatever, and it is ironic. I actually listened to a little bit of a podcast by the late Carl Sagan, and it was very clever and very well said and completely disbelieving of everything, of course, we believe. And it's when I hear things like that, I think one of the things I think about is you all in this fellowship, and I wonder, are any of you guys, are you plugged into that world? And does your mind go? Maybe you don't. Bless you if it doesn't. But I feel like, I think the way I would describe myself is I have a good, healthy, I think very healthy side of my brain that is plugged into the issues of the skeptic. I'm dealing with it not in a thank God, not in a personal struggle way, but I feel like I'm very aware of all the intellectual reasons why not to believe what we believe. I'm always very aware of why we're nuts. But it's over there, and I'm able to dialogue with it without too much personal torment, any personal torment, really. Bill, you want to say something?
Bart Ehrman is chair of religious studies at UNC Chapel Hill.
Yes.
And he has
Yes.
several books out.
Yes.
And I dared to read a couple of them last year.
Good for you.
And the thing is, this is what our college students are getting.
Yes.
If they take any course in religious studies whatsoever, this is what they're getting. And the seminaries guys get it too.
Exactly.
All the errors he points out. He declares that he was a very conservative Christian.
That's right.
Who went to Moody Bible Institute.
That's right.
Who went to Wheaton.
That's right.
And then went to Princeton.
That's right.
Did his doctorate, where he found out all kinds of things, where he decided he wasn't a Christian.
That's right.
So there are a lot of things out there that we need to be aware of and need to be in prayer about. And anybody that reads, I like the things in the Bible to be clear and to fall in some chronological order, So I find myself like 1 Kings 6:1, where it says, in the 4th year of Solomon, it was 480 years from the Exodus.
That's right.
Well, when you calculate that, it comes out to be about 1441. And then the scholars say, well, the Exodus took place in the reign of Ramses II. the great builder, you know.
Right.
Well, that was in the 1200s, and that was over 100 years difference. So you say, well, what's going on? So you can drive yourself nuts by trying to get everything dovetailed here, because, but I think the bottom line is the writers of the Bible were not writing in that context. They were writing what they personally
That's right.
do.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Bill. That's a great example. If you all don't know, that's a good example. If you don't know the name Bart Ehrman, he is a strong force in North Carolina for religious studies and religious opinions. When the news people want to go to a religious expert for the religious expert's opinion on this or that and nothing, so they often go to Bart Ehrman, who is a raging, flaming atheist, who used to be an evangelical. And he's written a book called How I Lost God, or I don't know, what's it?
Lost Christianity,
Lost
Jesus
Christianity.
interrupted. And
Yeah, Jesus misinterpreted, misquoted. The Misquoted Jesus is one of his books. And again, so that kind of stuff is out there. We never have rarely talked about it in here. I don't know if we should or not. But it's you know, I at least I want you to know that it's, I mean, you know it's out there. I want you to know that it's there. It's always active in my mind. And I'm always arguing with those people in my own private inner dialogue. One of my biggest answers, if I could be a real brief answer, so what do you do with that? Like the Carl Sagan thing was, you know, just imagine that he shows a picture of the universe in this podcast, and imagine that, you know, somewhere there's some tiny little small planet, and on that planet there's an extreme minority of the creatures that live there believe that God did everything for them. You know, that kind of approach. And there's so many ways to answer that, but one of the ways is, I don't know if you've been involved in very many theist debates, but they always, almost in my opinion, they always come down to a draw. There's just as much reason to believe in God as there is reasons not to believe in God. Now, and I think we're dumb if we don't think that there's good reasons not to believe in God. I mean, you've got to admit, you can kind of put on your, you know, your kind of skeptic atheist hat and think, and come up with all the Carl Sagan and Bart Ehrman. Yeah, I would like to get a hold of him. I've heard him many times on the radio.
That's why about 60 or 70% of the kids that enter college,
That's right,
as Christians, come out
that's right.
out further proclaiming their Christianity.
Exactly. So, anyway, I don't know if this is a tangent we ought to take some other time to discuss that or not, but yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to add, we have a good friend of ours who's probably now in his early 30s, went to UNC Chapel Hill, grew up in a powerful experience and relationship with God. Went to school there, didn't take classes directly under him, but some of his peers. And this guy, a friend of ours, had been, you know, done all kinds of stuff for the Lord overseas in missionary work, and just powerful legacy of the Spirit in his life. And it swung him completely to the other side. And for many, many years, he has gone about this journey of trying to refine or reestablish, which is kind of cool, his faith at a theological level that makes sense for him, you know, because it really shook the foundations.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's good that he's still searching and working through it, but it's, you know, he's lost probably a good 10 years of his experience with God.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So maybe that's all I'm going to say. It's just maybe I'm just throwing up a trial balloon and saying I don't know if that's something we should talk about someday or not.
For me, I find two enemies. One is my intellect, because I can think, I can do battle, I can come up with all the reasons.
That's right.
For and against and everything like that. And the other is Satan speaking into my mind.
Yeah.